Hello and good evening, everyone. We hope this finds you well as we bring you this A Link to the Past daily race. We've got open mode for you. Good old 7-7 crystals, the classic. A thing you didn't even have to specify until this newest version with the defeat Ganon goal. So we're going to have to get all 7 crystals to open up the tower. Then we're going to have to beat that tower in order to open up the pyramid. Good old-fashioned open mode. I'm up in Blitigus, joined by Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna. How are you?
Doing good, and I'm hoping for a lot of fun. Kind of fearing for these poor fellows that they don't end up into another super linear seed, but hey, that's what's entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what the random number generator has to say about it. But I think if the hash has anything to say about it, there's something on Bumper Cave? I don't know.
Oh, I like that. We're going to go ahead and just start thinking up what the seed's going to be like, just judged off of the hash.
Yeah, an old pseudoscience of mine. But, Blaine wondering, I guess that's out to me, but speaking of random, we got 2 players running the same sprite. Good handful of people in the race anyway, and
oh yeah, decent amount of folks. Of course, we've got some really awesome runners going on the restream. Chloe, Prower, Koi, Amarith, and Bwayne. This is going to be a pretty interesting race between the 4 of them, I can guarantee it.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of skill here, and a lot of good humor, so whatever the seed pools won't be lost on these guys.
Definitely expecting a lot of shenanigans, and I'm hopefully gonna see Koi do his wonderful Harapot, which of course we have to call Koi Pot.
Alright. Rubies in the Sanctuary for Blaine and Boomerang for everyone else. Quick map check look like red crystal in Eastern, and crystals elsewhere in the Light World. Blaine giving us a slightly longer look.
Well, since we did have the blue boomerang in the hash code, I think you're onto something.
Uh-oh.
Oh wow, that's a great tier 1 tree pull. 40 bombs. Woohoo.
Yeah, that's excellent. Gonna set these folks up just to steamroll through Kakariko, or if somebody's really feeling nifty with that, we thought it was open. I don't know if it was Swords Assured, but we ended up with one on Uncle.
Yeah, never look a gift horse in the mouth, especially with this kind of stuff.
Big money out of the forest now.
That is a really that's a great start, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got.
It looks like Blaine's gonna actually eschew the village. An interesting play.
Just about to comment on that. Yeah. You must be reading my mind. Math girls are recruiting more psychics.
Yeah. Yeah, and if it weren't for the slightly different strats in this room, I would have thought there was an error with the restream. Just perfect sync coming down those stairs in the castle here.
Oh yes, right. Those are definitely 2 separate runners. They are not the same.
Yeah. All right. And in the meantime, it looks like Boots at the dam chest, and the glove is at the lumberjack tree. So, chat, you're getting your money's worth. It's going to be an Aga 1 seed. I think right now Cole's the only one who knows, but having that pair of boots, Blaine will be slightly more inclined to check now. Because I know a lot of runners don't even bother because without the boots, it's not logic.
Now, if only this were a fast Ganon seed, and, Ice Palace and Misery Mire and Turtle Rock were all pinned, then we wouldn't even need to worry about that glove.
Yeah, it could be a thing. but doing all the crystals today. So
yeah. Well, thankfully, Blaine is visiting our wonderful fart cave here. Let's see if it pays off.
more bombs.
Doesn't look like Front of Escape's got anything of use either. Just a little bit of money, a map, and a bunch of uselessness. Koi is getting her first check into Blindside. We find ourselves a cape, a piece of heart, 20 bucks, and 20 more bucks.
How about it? Boy, we're stocked on the invincibility items for now. If we're gonna keep going with the hash reading, bow for Blaine here from Mini Moldorm. But and a flute. Wow, putting off Kakariko, we're gonna pay out in the maximum, I guess.
Ooh, I'm gonna bet Lantern in Paradox Cave.
Could be. Now we got that flute, we do have access to the mountain. Need either the hammer or the hook shot. That moon pearl coming out of the back of the well, setting us up for just that lantern. It's gonna help us on through that Aghanim run.
And the good boomerang coming out of Bonk Rocks.
Got that extra range. And a somewhat vanilla bottle on the vendor.
I guess
the fairy in it as well.
Yeah, looks like he's a fairy salesman now. Oh, looks like Blaine is going to go ahead and check up Lumberjack and see that, hey, guess what? You're doing ag.
Yep. Now for him, not having the sword at all yet, it's going to put it slightly out of mind, but if he gets to the castle at all, he'll pick one up. And then that cape was just, of course, in the village.
Now, I just hope that he decides to not skip Uncle, because I know the way Blaine he would go ahead and find the cape. If he finds the hammer before going to Uncle, he'd probably do Aga 1 before anything else.
I would hope not, as he's going to have trouble with the curtains.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. But it's definitely one of those details that can be easily forgotten, especially also in Skull Woods.
Too many swordless runs.
Right. I missed the library there. I'm sure one of our other runners will give it again.
Oh, judging from chat, that was the mirror on library. Everyone's gonna have fun with that.
Yeah. And yes, Wareham, White got Bo out of the Mini Moldorm cave. Thank you for pointing that one out. Another bottle off the race game, as we get a check down to Ice Rod Cave now from Amarith. I'm gonna have to ask Chad to watch the language. Got folks reminding of oh gosh, what was it in that chest?
That was our third bottle.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, just bottles galore. I'm wondering. I always forget the specifics of Spike Cave, but once we get a hammer and that glove at the tree, that's a thing.
Yeah, I believe the way it's said is it requires either half magic and invincibility, or an invincibility item and 2 potions.
Yeah. Either way, with the 3 bottles, both invince, they're going to be able to get across whatever damage floors they like in however safe a manner they wish.
Mm-hmm. And since we've got almost every Sphere 1 check out of the way, I'm going to have to guess that it's either going to be in Tower of Hera or in Spec Rock that we've got our progression. Either the hammer, the lantern, or the hookshot.
But I agree with you there.
Oh, that's right.
Looks
We
like
also
we're
have
setting up
Easter.
Yeah.
I always forget good old
Look like an
Sassy
attempt to
Pants.
set up the water walk by Amaranth. They'd made a point of dashing against the edge. I don't know if they were off by a bit.
I don't quite agree with this just yet, seeing as how he's only got 20 rupees.
Yeah, it would seem more prudent to wait to have the rupees for a Zora check as well.
I mean, this way you can get the Waterfall Fairy as well as Hobo checks out of the way, but
Yeah.
still. That was a really good setup, by the way, for the water walk. Typically, you can use the pixel down on the southern edge, but if you mess it up when you've got that wonderful water walk stored, or sorry, fake flipper, not water walk.
No worries.
Wonderful
Yeah,
chat pointing out there.
Uh,
Why would Vaporeons need flippers to swim?
I mean, you do still have to teach it surf. So
That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
not flippers that they're finding, it's the TM surf.
There goes Hookshot and Lantern out of Sahasra's closet. So we've had every item out of our hash from the beginning, with the exception of a big key, because I don't think anybody, or no, I guess somebody went all the way down to Zelda's chest, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah, so there you go. Hash done.
Success.
Yeah. It counts for nothing, but oh well.
Now, I'm wondering how Chloe and Koi are going to be routing this, because once they find their hookshot and whatnot, they're probably just going to go to Aga. Because I doubt after, well, especially for Koi, after seeing that the gloves are in Lumberjack Cave, I don't think you'd actually waste the time of going up to Death Mountain just yet. You know, wait until you've got either both sets of gloves or the hammer.
Yeah, as it stands now with the mirror, Blaine's gonna be able to get the both sides. The thing he'd miss if they did find the two gloves would be obviously the Dark World. Blaine having a little trouble with the cabbage.
Those sky cabbages are pretty evil.
Alright. Chloe grabbing not much out of the waterfall cave.
Poor Blaine trying to avoid those giant grasshoppers of doom.
Yeah, the Tektites in this game have a sort of tricky pattern to them. You can generally run under them, but it's, I don't know, it's weird and cycly.
Yeah, weird is kind of a good adjective for any of these creatures.
Yeah, they also they hit rather hard.
Oh yeah.
An early trip up Death Mountain can be problematic. Putting that hook shot to good combat and then movement use here is Blaine, clearing out Paradox. Not finding much of anything so far.
Yeah.
Health refill is welcome and plenty of rupees now.
Man, I don't know why it's been like this, but I've noticed that Paradox Cave has been kind of lame recently since the version 31 update.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they tweaked any of the distribution logic. Other than that, you chalk it up to the old PRNG meme.
Yep. Bless us,
Ooh,
RNG.
Fire Rod on our mountain island. And
That's
Blaine
gonna
will
be
be
good.
happy to locate that if you follow his stream. It's usually his, what to put it in rando terms, the Fire Rod is usually his ice rod.
Poor dude.
Yeah, a little bit of love from one of his subs in chat.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's just pretty much following each other's footsteps at this point. Looks like Dwayne is going to go ahead and do Eastern, though. Wouldn't that be a kick in the pants if we actually find a hammer and the gloves before we go ahead and get the one off Lumberjack?
That would be interesting. Because then Blaine could make the trip later with hopefully more swords. But getting that spin speed and got a little excited.
Guess he is, never mind. I'm going to save everyone from that terrible pun. Never mind. You're welcome, chat.
There's a glove.
Oh no. Oh,
well, that's
no.
something. We got 2 more items to find here in the Eastern Palace. So let's see it. Let's see the "you're doing Aga anyway" seed.
Now that would just be the total kick in the pants. That
Yeah.
Aga one is not required for Dark World access, but it is just required for the Lumberjack item.
Yeah, that glove, it doesn't do a whole lot given we have the lantern, but it does technically put Zora in logic. That's what's pointed out in chat.
Now that, we've got money, it's actually doable.
Yeah, plenty of money to go around and had a couple of those 300 drops. We got our half magic out of Eastern, so there's one more item, one more chance at the lull.
Come on, Seed, you can do it. I believe.
The seed where you have to do or defeat Aghanim twice to open up Ganon. Yeah, Blaine gonna leave the big key chest. Take his chance with heading straight to Armos and finding out if the item's there, figuring save a little time or kind of basically spend about the same just getting back around to there. And Chloe following suit.
It is a gamble.
I do like this kind of routing though in general. The things that you'll take a little bit of punishment if it doesn't go your way, but the time save here is worth noting, like similar to a play you can make in Desert.
Very true, very true. And Blaine with that fantastic
and it's the
quick
map,
kill.
so we'll see if he goes back in. But yeah, great quick kill from Blaine.
Ooh, no, he's skipping it. I think he's gonna go ahead and just bet on the hammer not being in that chest. Poor Koi doesn't even want to bother with Eastern. He's just going straight to act.
And Blaine going to shoot that chest. We'll see if Chloe does it. He's gonna head out the Ice Rod. Oh, and our map check. Looks like pendants are in the east to south with green on Pod, and then our other red crystal is in Mire.
So vanilla red crystal and everyone's favorite pendant swamp and pendant ice. So we may not even need flippers this seed.
Yeah, we'll have to see. And Blaine just gonna grab the bottle. The other item getting left behind in Eastern. Meanwhile, Amaris in the Tower of Hera has a sword upgrade.
Ooh, very nice. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that is within the logic of version 31 or not, but I've noticed in almost every Aga required seed so far, we've seen no less than Master Sword, Cape, and Lantern.
Yeah, I forget the specifics on that one too, but I know that the sword placement logic, it's like generally you're statistically going to find a sword that wasn't like put there to appease Aga, basically. But
That's a
Cabbage
good way of
is
putting it.
forcing a fairy use from Chloe.
Oh, and that was our 4th bottle as the first item in Tower of Hera. Or no, 2nd, excuse me.
Right, yeah, we had our sword in the first floor. So yeah, that's all the items. We'll avoid a dip into the basement. But Koi's getting to that Aghanim fight now. And got a couple of people in chat with their blue ball guesses.
I'm gonna be nice and say 3 this time.
Yeah, we'll go 3. I like 3.
And first blood taken down for Amarith here, just a shy bit before 19 minutes.
Meanwhile, Blaine has found his way to Zora for a sword.
Oh my.
I wonder if we'll ever do Uncle at all.
Oof. Well, I mean, now we'll know where Temperate is at least.
Yep. Wayne gonna hit the back of Escape.
Oh, that's right. Since he's the only one that's got the glove, he's the only one that can, well, do this quickly.
And just a little bit of money in that key, so he'll bring it backwards and come through the castle.
Oh, this does mean that we will find an item in Dark Cross, though, since we found the map in the front of us.
We did. And Dwayne is Accountant Man. Big items for Amarith there, and the lantern and hook. Maybe just slightly frustrating to have been up the mountain, but without the hammer, basically just the same route you were going to take anyway. Just a bit of a screen transition thing. But more on that later, as they're going to head up to Aga now.
And Koi actually going to risk the green pendant pod. Interesting.
Yeah, looking like it. I mean, quite a few items in there, 5 to be exact. So, you've got everything but the hammer, which only actually gets you to the boss in this dungeon.
Now, it'll be interesting to see if he decides to do, yeah, if he's going to do Eastern first and then do pod.
Yeah.
Oh, and Dwayne did the front of Escape. I hope he decides to hit up our wonderful uncle.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I wonder, did he grab the front door? I didn't notice. For his mirroring, that is. Although, where would mirroring now put him? I honestly don't know. To answer chat, Blaine got his sword from Zora.
Oh, and that was a heart container in that first chest, so this is a bow-locked pod. Interesting.
Alright, yeah, you grab that front door. And it's Aga time. Never mind, Uncle.
Ooh. I hope he decides to mirror out after he's taken count of Aga so he can get that other sword.
Yeah, it would certainly be beneficial. And who knows if we'll see the 4th one. So it could lock him at Master. Not that it's a problem for him, it's just in terms of execution, but speed compared to folks who will probably end up with that 3rd sword.
Exactly. Now, I'm hoping with Koi and his routing is that after he's done desecrating Pod, he should go ahead and pop over to Eastern and find those gloves, and then after beating Eastern, should go pay a visit to Catfish and Zora.
That'd be a nice put a bow on it kind of route for sure. We'll see if he remembers he's got the mirror for that.
And of course, if Catfish had our final sword, that would just be icing on the cake.
Oh yeah, how about it?
If I wasn't down $50 already, I would go ahead and just bet more on it.
You've been getting serious with the big key guessing game, huh?
Oh yeah, this one was actually off of a spoiler vlog yesterday.
Oh.
With the placement of silvers just being where they were. I was like, yeah, I bet $50 that nobody's getting silvers. Unfortunately, one of our restreamers did. It's okay, Wolfman. No one blames you. And unfortunately for Koi, it doesn't look like much of anything has been in Pod yet, so this may be a bust.
Yeah, so far, nothing great. But enough keys to go around, so gotta finish what they can here.
Yeah, just a bunch of bombs and money, so looks like Pod is a bust. Unless we absolutely need what's on Saha, then we're good. We don't need to go in there.
Right, yeah, still that extra item from the green pendant, it's true. But with the hammer at large, Koi's gonna cut the loss and just continue on. So far, doing the mirror things. Amarith done with their Aga fight, finding that vanilla heart piece. And for now, it's just kind of seeing a little bit of retreading of ground. Everybody's kind of been where everybody else is going right now. And Blaine showing off the boomerang dashes just for fun. Almost getting another one in there into the lightning. Probably had the health for it, but not a winning strategy.
I mean, you gotta have swag, you know? It's the whole point of running.
According to some of our best runners, it is the case. And in absence of net, the boomerang dash will do. Down goes Aga.
Oh, and Amarith being the first one to go ahead and get that glove.
Yeah.
Now, I'm wondering who's going to end up going over to Dark Death Mountain first after getting those Titans, because Blaine knows that it's up there, and since, of course, that's his favorite Go Mode item.
Oh yeah, he's gonna want that fire up. But now Blaine gonna go do that, what's he doing, catfish, or is he gonna hook across? Watch him find out. Here we go.
Probably both.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, Amarith having not been over to the eastern area. Hadn't grabbed the other glove yet, so just doing some power glove checks real quick. Probably over to eastern just a tick.
I am going to go ahead and call that the Lumberjack Titans mitts, though.
Ooh, the ice rod. is in that chest that Chloe and Blaine left behind in Eastern Palace.
Oh no.
A vanilla Quake medallion off the fish, though. Oh man. Oh man. Ooh.
They are gonna be hurting.
That's rough. Yeah. It's gonna be a tale of two routings up here. Because my bet is that Amrez will clear it. And so we'll have just half and half.
Oh, I hope Wayne wants to do an interview later today. I'd be totally down with teasing him about that.
Blaine gonna mirror route the King's Tomb here. Knowing where the gloves are, but you're here.
I do like this routing though, because not only does it let him get King's Tomb and Graveyard Ledge and Lumberjack,
right?
It clears everything in one fell swoop while getting him over to Thieves Town and Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, he's gonna have some crystals to get there. The only thing he could possibly desire more, and he may in fact just go ahead and do it, because he'll have the mitts and flute after that. But I'm thinking he'll probably go up to Death Mountain, get that fire rod, then come down, just basically skull thieves and sweep the whole nation.
Oh, very true.
And I'm trying to think when Chloe and Blaine are gonna get their ice rod, and I have to think it's gonna be on the back of a frustrated pod dip.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
gonna
be.
I'm here. I'm never gonna come back otherwise, or maybe just never come back.
Yep, it's definitely gonna be last location for them.
Yeah, because you probably even get into swamp if you. Actually, the thing that'll keep these guys kind of timed in nicely would be if the flippers are somewhere in what do you call? Well, I guess really if it'd be like flippers were on Trinex would be the optimal, right? But yeah, this could get ugly for them. Oh, and Amarith having some bad luck with the dead rocks there. Push all through Spiral Cave. Now Blaine with the Titan's mitts. Koi as well, and now over to the woods. I'm gonna head up there. I forget if, well, Koi very well may have seen the fire rod, but doing at least the front of Skullwoods when you have the access is usually prudent. A little bit of change here if you're not familiar with what's happened to it in version 31 of the randomizer. There's a particular chest in the front of Skullwoods that used to be guaranteed to be a key. And that's no longer so. And from now on, what you'll probably see is folks do this back section first, maybe even opting for the pot key in the other room, just to make sure that if they drop down in the front section, that they'll still be able to get out. Because it can lead to a sort of a have to save and quit situation.
Yeah, thankfully you can still route it well, so you don't get soft locked there. But if you don't, yeah, you could very well likely mess yourself up.
Yeah, and having the boots in the mirror here kind of at least makes the this long way a bit more viable. There's another sword for Blaine out of Super Money. So that's all 4.
Yeah, that's our 4th one. Oof. So we know Blaine is gonna at least luck out here when he does Tower of Harry, so he will end with Timbered.
Round the hook shot. Not much so far. He's gonna get that fire rod.
Oof. Bummer for Hookshot Cave.
And you did raise a good point that he will end up with Tempered. which at that point, the difference between tempered and gold, which I think most of the other players will get, not so much. But powder now coming out of Thieves Town for Chloe. Just a piece of heart on bumper ledge. That was the first look I got of it. I don't know if somebody was there earlier.
I always enjoy finding early powder just for that safety. Of course, that helps route when you do the smith chain once, of course, you get to that point. But hey, nothing's better than a safety fairy.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to get them on demand in pretty much most dungeons.
Oh no, and it looks like Amrith is going to pull the same thing that the other two did.
Oh, jeez. Looks
I
like
just
this
hope
one
that he
might
goes
be,
back.
Yeah, this might be Koi's to win in terms of the restream then. Again, just gonna... Still plenty of time to make the strong choices, but... Yeah. Right now it's leaning pretty heavily just based on that isolated ice rod.
Yuppers. Now, it looks like Wayne did check out Turtle Rock for us, and it was the Bombos medallion.
Interesting.
So it looks like we need to hurry up and find out where that is. That would be a bit of a funny scenario if we finally get our Ice Palace Bombos instead of Ice Palace Fire Rod.
Right. Oh man, but that would of course mean flippers were found, at least for logic's sake. Oof. Ice will end up twice insulting the runners with tricks in this one.
But that always makes it interesting. Not to run, of course, just to watch.
Yeah. I mean, it might be interesting to run for a certain temperament runner, but I'm sure folks who want to go fast and win are going to be frustrated at the chances of a required item in Eastern Big Key Chest.
That's right, I can guarantee you, even though they will be frustrated, they'll still finish in like either first, second, or third and overall. As a newbie to pretty much speedrunning in general, I still laugh when I see comments like, oh, this was the worst seed ever, and they finish a standard seed under 90 minutes.
I had some lamenting for Amarith in the chat. I'll admit I missed the occasion for it.
No, they decided to just dip out after killing Armos. They didn't go back for it. Koi's gonna be our only lucky boy today.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long search. Oh, I missed the medallion check by Boyne there. Now he's in.
I think it was Quake,
favorite
actually.
place. Oh, with Quake, so might see a little bit of a trip in here. Of course, without the Cane of Samaria, which, I mean, could very well be in the dungeon, we won't be able to get down to Vitreous.
With so much left, though, I doubt it's going to be anytime soon that they do. I think people would rather go into Desert first before Misery Mire.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we've got everything we need to get through Desert, and it's crystal, so might as well do it while you're here. We got those boots.
A little taunt from Checkerboard there. We saw something red, but sadly it wasn't the type of red we need.
Yeah.
And I guess the seed heard everyone complain in chat that, is this even random? They saw that we got the vanilla medallion off of Catfish and then decided to put it on Misery Mire instead of Turtle Rock.
Right. No, we promise. Alright, big key on the torch.
And kudos to Alistair 0579 for that, and saying, so is Zora the Lady of the Lake this seed?
Fish kings and ponds distributing swords is not the basis for a system of speedrunning.
Did you drop this pointy stick or this shiny stick?
Yeah, Blaine gonna dive into the back of Desert for now.
Yeah, I don't think he checked anything other than just a big key in one of the chests, so I think he's just risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah, it's mostly, I think, the trip over is gonna have the mirror back and the climb into the back here. So he's just kind of doing them in the other order. If he gets an item back here, he'll only have to go as far as his next item, which might not be the big key chest. Whereas if he goes all the way to the big key chest, he's gonna end up coming out to Lambo anyway. So just the chance then of saving possibly the walk all the way to the eastern wing dungeon. Depends on what's in the map room.
Fair enough. And looks like Chloe had actually paid a visit to Stumpy and found the swag net and the cane of Samarian Hype Cave.
Yeah, how about it? And I missed what our generous thief had front. But yeah, the
nothing too good.
Yeah, the items are coming in now. And oh, by the way, did you see Blaine fight Lambo?
No, I sneezed. What happened?
Yeah, right? That's kind of what he did, I think, with that fire rod. In fact, I even missed it, but it was an item, so we'll see how far he goes here.
I think it was a map. It was the compass. It was one of those worthless ones.
Gotcha. Depending on the placement, may still get out a chest early here. We'll see. Meantime, Amarith hugging some Gibdos a bit as they deploy that fire rod.
You gotta be careful with those mummies. Ooh, and both items are on the right side, since we got the map in the one middle chest there. Wait, isn't that the compass chest?
Oh, is it? I forget.
Yeah, I think we got the map in the compass chest that time. Nah, it looks like we actually did end up getting an item off of good old land molasses. Doesn't seem like there was anything good, though.
Yeah, compass out of the big key chest in Desert then. And is a desert party, and it continues to rock as Chloe makes his way there. Oh, and Amarith gonna have to be real careful here in the back of Skullwoods now. Gotta grab that extra heart, just because they can. Koi setting up that key dash.
Yeah, dying is not too much of a good thing, honestly.
Yeah, the only solace you have dying in this section of the dungeon is at least you're in the dungeon. Since featuring a lot of ground outside of a dungeon door, death there will send you back to, I guess in this case, Pyramid.
Oh yeah, send you back to Sanctuary, that's not a fun thing. Or
Yeah.
Pyramid, since of course they have the mirror and kill Daga.
Yeah, Blameless Fire Rod gonna be following in Amethyst steps now. Go fight them off. Let's see if Amethyst got what it takes. The spikes playing a little defense, playing a little offense now. Oh! And has the fairy.
Good old safety fairy.
Yep. There it is. There's the kill.
Noise.
Took a little doing, got it done, found a shovel.
Oh hey, do you like fetch quests?
Yeah, I dig them. What's a moth doing with a shovel anyway? That's silly. Can't even use it.
Ooh, looks like Koi is going to be heading up to our favorite worm.
Yeah, the trip into Hera will net another sword.
And hopefully go over to Dark Death Mountain and grab the fourth sword.
Yeah, Koi likely to be the first one to gold sword on stream here. We'll have to do a little bit of running around back down the bottom of the mountain and across, since we don't have that hammer yet, but not a terrible thing altogether. Wayne roasting his moth with efficiency. He's gonna make his way into the village now. We got Chloe doing that desert thing.
Oh, I forgot to even mention this. Apparently, Chloe found the book in Thieves Town.
Ah, yeah, I definitely missed that myself.
Oh no, book was in digging game. Thank you, Chad. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I do appreciate you keeping us on track. 4 screens can be a bit much sometimes, but it's good fun.
That is going to be a good thing for Chloe once they head back up the mountain.
Yeah, be able to check that ether tablet. Gotta get the bomb jump here from Koi. Just for the compass.
I guess Koi
Yeah.
decided not to get that middle chest.
Oh, in the back. Yeah, I guess he's
Yeah.
only got his master sword. Yeah, I was wondering why was he checking that? He should have both items, but slight differentiation.
Hopefully he
rally.
remembers.
I hope so. Although, to be fair, he'll end up with just tempered at least. It's still plenty of firepower.
Really nice fight for Koi there.
Yeah, having that master sword has to do a little more with what was able to keep it lined up. Moldorm was relatively contained, but Usain Bolt guard just giving them the business there. Chloe on the bridge of the castle.
Such a rude guard, I swear.
Yeah, it looks like Chloe's gonna head back over to Pod. We'll see if they think of that other chest in desert in the meantime. But Koi does grab his sword from the back of Hera there. Meanwhile, a quick book for Moyne, and then he books it off screen to avoid the text box from the timer with, well, plenty of time to spare. Now, it looks like he's waiting on Thieves Town till the rest of Thieves Town till he has the hammer. A prudent move as ever there was.
Not a bad play, because not only can you avoid getting locked out of the big chain, but it also makes it a whole lot easier to wrap in the smith chain.
It's true. And they very well could have some, something good for you.
Another little bit of swag. Trying to set up the dash, but doesn't quite get it as well, but does get our wonderful little swag net from Stumpy.
Yep. Looks like Blaine's gonna make his way over to that Cave of the Hype, and of course that's gonna get him a Cane Samaria. After that, what do we do here? Kit we have. I mean, you can finish Thieves Town, you can check Ether Tablet, you can read the pedestal and find out if you're gonna have to. I'm trying to think, is there actually anything good that can be on pedestal with those pendant dungeons?
Bombos. That's about it.
It's true. Yeah, we could always have a.
Yeah, unless we find that Ring of Fire, Ped's dead.
Yeah. guessing the seed was advanced placement for a race. The placement logic being one of the new things with V31. And there was a check that I think technically Blaine could have made, right? On the bat.
Yeah,
that would be
got the mirror.
Devious place for the hammer.
Oh yes, a hammer on the magic bat is just fantastic.
I mean, it's a relatively low percentage play, and you'll want to route it in with the Smith, so I'm certainly not calling it a bad decision to not do it. It's just I think that technically could happen.
And Blaine was going into Misery Mire there. I was thinking he would do it. Koi about to grab his butter sword.
And just under 50 minutes, and we're at a maximum sword. We got all the bottles, the powder.
Oh, it just dawned on me here. Eastern and Misery Mire with 5-6. We could have ourselves a hammer pyramid fairy.
It's true. And we had the relatively forced Aga in order to do it. There's a Bombos medallion out of Misery Mire. That's going to open up Turtle Rock.
Ooh, alright. Well, that means our ped is dead, folks.
Yeah, nothing good there.
But this is a good spot now. Where is that hammer gonna be? We've got the Smith chain.
Well, that's true, yeah. Technically, Turtle Rock not open.
Oh, yeah, we still need the hammer.
Yeah, but once we get up there, once we get up there.
Yeah, I'm thinking this could be a hammer in Pyramid Fair, just judging off of everything's placement.
Yeah, we've checked a lot of everything else. And even if we found the flippers, for example, a lot of swamp and a lot of ice palace locked by hammer.
Yep. Now, if the seed is kind to us, they'll go ahead and stick flippers up in Ganon's tower.
Yeah, that's going to give 3 of our 4 runners here the best chance they need. With that isolated ice rod in the big key chest of Eastern Palace, we don't want to find the flippers because there's a whole bunch of places that puts in logic. No big key yet. Wayne double takes. Amaranth takes down blind.
And Chloe's gonna pick up their Quake.
And Vanilla Quake. A thing of some humor.
Oh, and it looks like Chloe is gonna go talk to Zora, get their tempered.
Yeah, still no sight of silvers. Probably buried in one of our unexplored pendant dungeons. And we're getting a mirror bat check from Amaranth. Let's see. Let's see if this is the goods.
Come on, Batman, I believe in you.
Oh, just a piece of heart.
Yeah, you let me down, Batman.
We still love you though, Batman. Oh man, it would have been something, but I guess that just leaves a location that's Pyramid Fairy, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we've got Pyramid Fairy. We've got Pyramid Fairy.
Damn.
Unless we find those flippers in Pyramid Fairy, then yeah, we're SOL. That's the only place it could be. Ooh, getting some spooky action from Wayne.
It's fitting for a race in October, right?
I have a feeling that most runners are going to be doing that. I mean, if I could do it every time, I would, but unfortunately, I'm terrible when it comes to these glitches.
Yeah, that one's a little bit finicky, I guess. I certainly don't quite understand it myself. I just know it's like altitude values, fire rod's weird. It works.
Yeah, I think it's just easier to explain that it's spooky.
Yeah.
Good lord. I apologize if anyone can actually hear music from... There's a state fair near here, and even though it's about 2 miles away from where I live, that thing is loud.
Not coming through on my end, so I think you're alright. But yeah, so Blaine's got Meyer down. He's got the Cane of Samaria. He does not have that hammer, so it's gonna keep him out of Turtle Rock, which is probably a good thing. Just for the chance the flippers are up there while he's still looking for an ice rod.
I'm hoping that someone decides to go ahead and go right into Pyramid Ferry instead of assuming that Pyramid Ferry hits the flippers and it leads them to Ice Palace.
Yeah, just gonna have to see. Meanwhile, Coy into Misery Mire. No Cane of Samaria, but, you know, he knows it could be here, or there could be an item here leading to it. We know it's in Hype Cave. That is just south of the bomb shop.
Which hopefully he decides to dip out of here as soon as he finds that second item.
Amarith into Desert. Chloe and Coy in the other dimension. Misery Mire. Blaine's gonna finish off Thieves Town. Can't think of a better time to do it. You figure you're without a hammer. It's up in this chest. Either way, you gotta kill this one eventually, so.
Better late than never.
Indeed.
And since everyone's just running over everyone, let's go ahead and do a little bit of plugging here. Of course, I'm talking about our wonderful runners, Chloe, Prower, Coy, Amarith, and they are some fabulous runners with A Link to the Past, and they do a lot of streaming, so feel free to go ahead and give them a click, give them a follow, and enjoy their content. I definitely do. And shoutouts to our wonderful trackers. We've got MathGirl718 and Poseidon Shadow, making sure to click those buttons, make sure everything's looking hunky-dory, and to let you guys know what everyone's selected.
Yeah, we do appreciate the effort.
And of course, another wonderful shout out to these wonderful commentators, Epi and Mr. Scruff. Because if it weren't for them, this wouldn't be nearly as entertaining.
I want to say that one's debatable. I still question the value I add.
Yeah, I'm still wondering why they allow me to commentate. I figure one of these days they'd, have some common sense and say no.
My state doesn't require a microphone license. I think it was that second item for Coy out of Meyer. And so, we're gonna see a blind fight for Blaine, and I wonder what's next for Amarith. These two, well, Chloe's gonna go down and finish the dungeon. Coy.
Oh, Amarith still needs to go visit our wonderful catfish friend, so I'm hoping that he decides to go over to Hype Cave first.
Yeah, hopefully, but it looks like something in the northwest is more in mind. We have Blaine now tracking down the 6th crystal, unable to get to that 7th. Needs the hammer to open the door and the ice rod to kill the beast. We know where the ice rod is. For now, it's Smith Chain. He's hoping to have the hammer by now.
Yeah, kind of
orphaning. He knows a place the hammer isn't. It would be Hammer Pigs.
Very true.
Yeah.
Now this will be interesting to see what he does here. Because the way this is set, you can actually take that purple chest into Magic Bat Cave. So he can turn in the Smith, warp back, grab the chest. Oh,
Hammer on Smith?
holy cow.
There you go. All right. So now for him, it's the search for Ice Rod. And he doesn't know it, but the search for not flippers. Just please, oh please. And Chloe getting a little excited for getting his big key out of Meyer. It's a thing you do when you see that door right in front of you. Like, all right, time to go.
Can you imagine if flippers were right here?
Oh gosh, that would just be the worst. Thankfully, it's a big 20. It looks like Amaranth will get their hammer next.
Oh, good job, Amaranth. Now, hopefully, with both Chloe and Koi here, since Koi doesn't have the Canis Maria, he should do the Smith Chain next, and that'll lead him to Hype Cave. Where Chloe, since he's already got his cane, should go back to finish up Skull Woods and then do the Smith Chain.
Right. Now we're seeing Blaine gonna head straight to Turtle Rock. Well, actually, Spike Cave first, it looks like. No?
Yeah, he's
going up and across the top. Okay.
Oh, and probably gonna check Ether Tablet.
True. That is the thing that diverted his route from the usual.
Don't be the flippers. Don't be the flippers.
10 arrows. Yeah, we don't want to. We don't want to see those flippers just for the sake of 3 of the runners.
And I'm not sure, but I think Koi just dipped out of Thieves Town.
Huh.
That's funny. He did the first half, opened up blind before going down to the cell area. He's gonna find his hammer and then head back. That is some dang good luck with routing.
Yeah, how about it? Supposing he goes back for the Smith and all. You do the digging game first, always. Yeah, and it looks like that's what he's going to do. Because the way the shovel works there is it's technically a follower. And so he doesn't let you in when you've got somebody else around. Because he doesn't like to erase people, I guess.
A Link to the Past is a fantastic game with absolutely no bugs and is coded perfect.
Well, why do you say it like that?
It's just the truth.
Yeah, Blaine into Turtle Rock now. This is going to be the double dip. Unforced, but I mean, he decided to leave an item in Eastern, and it happened to be the one that beats the boss, so what are you going to do?
Right. Now, hopefully, Koi here decides to head over to Hype Cave after beaten blind. If he does, that's going to put him in go mode.
Alright, it's a key, and a key on the front of Turtle Rock. Gonna dash with that cape and get the heck out of the spike roll room.
Getting ourselves a Bombos tablet check with just a couple of bucks.
Yeah, book not coming in really at all today. 0 for 3 if you count the head. Blaine gonna take advantage of the iframes there and sneak past.
Ooh, and there goes Amaranth. There's the cane.
Yep.
So as long as they can head back to Eastern, they too will be in go mode. Oh yes, Koi, please. Go turn in that chest and grab Hype Cave.
Yeah, somebody's gotta get into go mode.
And of course our wonderful chat, since I'm deciding not to be evil, they have to be evil for me. Hoping that Boyne does find the flippers in Turtle Rock. And I do have to agree with chat there. As a little child playing this game, I never got to play the 1.0 Japanese version because I'm an American and I was silly. So I got the non-glitched version.
Right.
Oh, Amarith, you're an hour and 3 minutes in. You don't need to do water fat check at this point.
I mean, it could have been Ice Rod, right? And then you'd sequence break some flippers.
That actually does beg the question, though. I feel really bad for most of the Japanese kids that did get 1.0 and then get some of the weird bugs and glitches that happened during this game. But I wonder how many of those kids actually unintentionally got glitches.
Yeah, who knows?
One of those
sold
things
pretty
I'll
well,
have
so
to do whenever I get a time
somebody
machine.
found them. Amarith getting gold sword now. Blaine is just awash in keys.
And thankfully, no flippers.
Yeah, thankfully no flippers. Let's see
Alright,
if
Koi. Hype Cave. Go to Hype Cave, Koi. Go to Hype Cave.
looks like that's the play. It's definitely not going in the swamp.
Oh boy.
As long as the flippers aren't on Laser Bridge, I imagine Wayne next. Which may or may not lead to an item in Easter.
That or he might go to Pyramid.
Yeah, could.
And go
There it
mode.
is. 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 50 seconds, according to his timer. A sort of vanilla mirror shield. Key. And Blaine will be safe, as will Chloe and from a flipper's dip into God knows where for not the ice rod. But when will each of them get back to the Eastern Palace big chest? Or big key chest, rather. Amarith finding silvers in the Spike Cave, which may in fact be where Blaine is going now. I'll tell you what, if what it turns out is that it takes Blaine, Amarith, and Chloe a little bit of ice rod, but they have silvers for it, that almost balances out. I mean, at gold sword level, it's probably still pretty much a nail in the coffin, but yeah, there it is. Amarith over to pod now. Blaine, top the pyramid. Gonna flute away and where to? So number 4. And that pyramid check you talked about earlier, Scruff. Now, Scruff, I see audio coming through on your Discord, but no sound.
Oh, sorry, I forgot that I muted myself again.
No worries.
I've got one of those awesome little mic controls that kind of rest on my hip, so if I'm not careful, it'll bump it and be like...
Right.
But anyway, as I was telling to the wonderful non-existent people in my room here and not you folks, get your hype in chat that we may have ourselves a wonderful flippers in Pyramid Fairy.
That would be something. And Blaine getting that bomb dupe there, pretty nice.
A much easier bomb dupe than some of the others, but still awesome to see.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much just wait and press the button at the right time. But still, you've got to press the button at the right time. Which is really most of video games when you think about it. There you go, a fourth piece of heart and $20.
So Blaine lucks out.
Oh, did we get a pen check from Chloe? Somebody saying pedestal confirmed.
Triple boom.
Yeah. I mean, we knew it wasn't going to be anything good.
Ooh, I bet you Amarith and Blaine are gonna kill Helmasaur looking for that ice rod.
I mean, you definitely will, provided the item count lines up. Or, oh, right, the green pendant, actually. You're going to do it either way. Huh. Well, just hopefully they remember they've left an item here and bother to check it. This will be about the only chance they have.
And he's off to Misery Mire. Since he's already got that big key, all he has to do is boogie on back to fight Viddy, and then he's good to climb that tower.
Yep, he's going to grab his 6th crystal, and then head up to Turtle Rock, being the only runner with the ice rod here so far.
And Chloe getting their hammer, so they are an ice rod away from go mode as well.
Yep.
So Chloe has joined the hunt and the ice rod.
Yep. And with those 6 crystals already packed, just basically some overworld checks away from Blaine's exact position.
Oh,
Amarith's gonna have to clear Mire as Koi is doing now. But has to find Quake first, which of course was on Catfish. But you had interjected.
No, it's pretty much the same thing I was gonna say.
Yeah. So for now, we're just kind of waiting for Blaine to get through Pod while Koi is finishing up Mire.
Yeah, it should be a pretty quick fight for Koi. He's got the cape, he's got the butt. One of my favorite strats in this is to go ahead and not even bother getting damaged. Take out that cape, dash right on through those eyeballs, and just skewer them.
Yep, back and forth, back and forth. Only takes a couple of trips to go down pretty hard.
Ooh, and Blaine giving us a perfect hammer yump setup there. And
nice.
The envy that I have for this man is unfathomable.
As you mentioned earlier, he streams quite a bit, and a good most of it, I would say, is linked to the past randomizer. And if it's not that, it's NMG, both of which can and in some cases require good use of the hammer jump to be competitive.
Oh, chat's pointing out Amarith is in Eastern, heading back to that big key chest.
Ooh. This is a good turn for them. They're gonna score their ice rod. Still gonna be a Quake medallion out from go mode, but if they're in the region thinking about some of the things they can do, I didn't see if they arrived here by mirror. I see it's equipped, but I don't know if that's just a nope out at the end.
Yeah, he did, because he mirrored over from Pod.
Yeah. And to answer chat, no, because Bombos is hidden behind Quake, and that it is in Misery Mire. Oh. Blaine having to think twice with the arrows there to get the crystal switch. Gonna stock 1 extra heart, just for the sake. Slam a Samaria block down. Get into the back of the Palace of Darkness now. Meanwhile, nice rod.
I'm gonna have to remember to ask Amarith how he felt about finding that ice rod there.
Yeah, it's I mean, the conventional wisdom is to stick with your gambles. If you say, hey, I'm not checking it because I'm going to say there's nothing there, in order for it to be a time save, you've got to hold off on it for at least a certain amount of time, preferably the entire run. In this case, when it's a required item, well, you got to get back like at some point.
Yep. And I kind of feel bad right now, though, because since Amarith's missing both Quake and Bombos, he's going to go ahead and kill Helmasaur for no reason, where Blaine is still hunting for that ice rod.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, in a way, it's kind of the same, right? It's it could be a medallion or green pendant if you don't know where it is. So
Very true. Hopefully, Saha will go ahead and reward them and be like, here, your first mail upgrade at an hour and 15 minutes in.
yeah, right. Plenty of hearts to be had. Each of our runners at 13 or more. Blaine managing to snag a few more somewhere along the line. I guess maybe there were a couple in Turtle Rock.
Ooh, poor Chloe doing the same thing that Blaine did earlier. Gonna hop down into Turtle Rock and hope that Ice Rod's gonna be on its vanilla location.
Right. Just stuck on Laser Bridge somewhere, but not this time. Meanwhile, gonna get that green pendant here for Blaine. He's gonna carry that over to Sahasrara. We'll see what he gets for it, but we know that if he doesn't turn his butt around and get in the Eastern Palace, he's not gonna find that ice rod anytime soon. Amarith on low health here, coming out of the turtle room. The Helmasaur fight usually pretty manageable, but when it goes wrong, it does always seem to just go haywire. So we'll see. Hopefully, able to tough it out and stay safe.
Oh yes.
Oh, Blaine, I guess left a thing or two back here.
Yep, he decided to go ahead and hop on out a little bit early. Left both the Harmless Hellway and the what is that? The map location? That's just above the arena.
Oh, I think it is.
I sadly don't play enough NMG to remember everything.
Yeah, I always think of it as the you can bonk to this one. But yeah, Helmasaur down for Amarith.
Oof.
Turns in the pendant.
Just 10 arrows. Wasn't even anything
He's
decent.
fluting away. No.
Goodbye, Blaine's hopes and dreams. Avita Sen.
Maybe it's a ped check? What else could he be doing over here? Like, really...
Oh yeah, I think he's doing a pet check.
No?
Wait, he skipped the big chest in Thieves Town. Oh no!
Yeah, he's gonna dive. No?
Oh,
wait, what?
Thank God. Oh.
Yeah, that's a long trip. Oh, he's thinking bat.
That or purple chest, because he didn't turn in either.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Huh. I thought he did purple chest, so never mind. Now he's doing both.
At least these two are much, much faster checks.
Yeah, just... Oof.
Thank you, Koi. You are in go mode. You don't need to go that way.
Yep, Koi gonna have a slightly faster route here. Oh, Chloe taking a chain chomp to the face. Gonna spend the fairy on it. Meanwhile, Amarith's gonna get that Quake Medallion now, which is gonna nicely to finish this. They don't know it yet, but they're pretty much go mode. They know they gotta go into Mire and look for that big key anyway. It's in, if I remember right, it's in like basically the spot everyone checks. Yeah, the one everyone checks last.
The bird just passing up Blaine, be like, I don't give a crap about you, buddy. Bye.
Oh, surprise guard.
And to help answer chat, I believe Koi is not going to go out of his way for checks, but yes, I think he's just hoping that he finds silver.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you, though, that when he finds his small key up here, he's not going to be happy.
Alright, and Wayne gonna drop his mirror portal here so he can go check Bono's tablet after this. Gonna be disappointed, unfortunately, but...
Disappointment in my video game? Never.
Koi getting the key dash there at non-trivial one. And heading in penultimate room.
Ooh, Koi does have butter. Let's see if he can get the 0 cycle.
Yeah. We got ice out. Oh, nope, he's gonna sit and wait. That's alright.
It's a safe bet. I can't tell you how many times I've butchered that 0 cycle.
It's a little tricky. Mostly it's trying to get in between the spikes and not off the spikes. Because they count as a trap, so they do the same damage no matter how far.
Alright, and that is going to be crystal number 7 for Koi. So everybody, it is that time again. We don't get any bots, so it's not going to be official, but pop those numbers in chat and tell us which one you think will have the big key. It's going to be chest numbers 1 through 22.
Yeah, that's right. Going off of Koi's routing, since Cole, as far as we can tell, be the first one in Ganon's Tower, maybe the only one for a while. So give us a number, not a location, and then we'll count them up and we'll see who wins.
I typically go with 13, but today I'm feeling a little bit naughty. I'm going to say towel room.
Figure you mean a 22?
Yes.
Joke's on you, Koi's gonna do tile room first. Nah, that would be wild.
I'd greatly appreciate seeing them open up a locked door without a key, though. That poor fairy, just being hard to get here.
Yeah, stuck out on the conveyor. Alright, and the first two are a heart and $100. Wayne making the play, heading back to Eastern.
Oh, and forgot to mention, since Amaranth did pick up that Bombos, he is in go mode as well.
Oh yeah. Now and officially.
And that was a big old rip bob. He will be missed.
Alright, that's one. There it
Oofa.
is.
That is the danger of having green mail and nothing else.
Oh yeah, this slug's hit like crazy. I think that was number 5. Number 5.
Good job, number 5.
Scrolling back, we've got Team. And anyone else?
No,
looks like
that was
Team.
Team.
Congratulations.
Now, I'm going to go off on
You've won more I's and M's for your name.
I was going to say, I'm going to say it's actually someone screaming his name, so it's Tim! But good job, buddy. You win our love and admiration for the next 35 minutes.
Alright, Chloe getting those silvers as well. Looks like that will end up being a difference in items here for the folks who had to go on the ice rod hunt. Meanwhile, Wayne coming through.
Mr. Koi is starting off his gauntlet. Not bad, gets a 15 arrow drop, so this will be a whole lot simpler.
There's ice rod for Wayne.
Good job, Wayne. Now we're 22, you are in go mode.
Yep. Gotta go back and rush through Turtle Rock now. Kill Trinex and then get to that Ganon's Tower.
Just look at him zipping along. He's so happy. Yeah, unfortunately, Koi here doesn't have usable audio since he likes to talk a lot. But we can all imagine how he's going in that fight. Swish, swish, swish. Wah, wah, wah. Alright, but Wayne is entering Turtle Rock, so hopefully Beeline's back there pretty quick.
Yeah,
Should
with all
have
the
Trinix
doors
there.
open, this actually isn't as long as it ever, but still not a trip you want to be.
Nah, you never want to double dip this, but it does make it a whole lot quicker. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't doubt him getting to Trinix within at least 2 minutes.
Yeah, it should be pretty quick. Meanwhile, Koi icing both with through, dashing through, deploying that fire rod with reckless abandon thanks to the hat magic. Gonna be just pretty much set.
An wonderful, wonderful tracker here, Poseidon, saying that Wayne is going to be stuck on Tempered because he never went back and saved his now dead uncle.
It's true. Yeah, left that one behind. Remembering that, hey, I've been through that other part before. Now Moldorm 2.
And
There
he's
it is.
done. And let's see if Koi's going to be nice and leave the poor orphaned children their presents. Nope. Koi has to steal from orphans. That money was for their college fund, you fiend.
Now who's gonna pay for their rando school?
I like that someone, I can't remember who made the joke, but one of our column/trackers made a joke that the Moldorm that we find in Tower of Hera is actually Daddy Moldorm, and the one that we have in GT is Mama Moldorm. So when you
Hence
realize
all the
that you
minis.
killed both of them, you leave the children Moldorm and Mini Moldorm Cave orphaned.
More of that deep rando lore that we all love.
Right? And then it gets
delivering
darker
as
when you
many
realize that you happen to finish Mini Moldorm Cave.
There we go. After what seemed like plenty of doubles on Koi's part.
Yeah, not too bad. Pretty good fight there, and I missed it. Wayne's already done with Trinix, so he's going to be heading up the tower pretty quick.
Yep, and you called it. Only took about 2 minutes. The fight is done, especially with such a powerful kit. I can't imagine Blaine finds that key any slower than
Yeah,
Koi did.
I
In
don't
terms of count.
guess.
I forget if he full writes.
That's what I was trying to remember. I don't know if he does the Dark Magician strat or if he just full writes.
Well, oh, and since they're already in chat, well, yeah, we'll give it a moment. I may have already spoke a bit out of turn on it, but we got Koi into the Ganon fight.
Oh yeah, and I know what you're going for. Don't worry, we'll cover that here in a bit.
Blaine now up the stairs into the Ganon's tower. Koi is hoping the warps don't count too high.
Oh good, Blaine is going Dark Magician strat, so he'll be able to find that key no problem. Yep, Koi getting that torch glitch, does not want to try and do this without it.
Yeah, without the silver is going to be a thing.
Thankfully, with butter, not only does it make phases 1 through 3 ascend, but both butter and temperate are just awesome. Unless you miss time it and accidentally stun Ganon.
Right.
That's okay, we got 3 hits down, 9 more to go. There's number 4. Number 5. Let's do it. Come on, let's see a triple koi. There we go. Number 6.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Koi is on fire.
8. Count with us. 9. 10. Oh wait, no, we were a bit off, weren't we?
And that's it.
Yeah, alright.
So yeah, GG's to Koi. Our first restreamer crossing the line gets an SRL time of 1:28.54, improves his PB by 2 minutes and finishes 6th in the race overall. And I gotta say, this has been one crazy stream because we've got first place as... Sorry, gotta scroll down. There he is. Dazed Cloud finishing first place with a time of 1:21.10, with Idiom finishing just a minute after at 1:22.20. No wonder he's here in chat. With Chemo in third place with a 1:24.51, improving their personal best by 39 minutes. That is fantastic. But enough raving. Let's go ahead and welcome our restream runner, Koi.
And Koi.
GG's.
GG.
Oh, hi, you guys.
Are you having a victory sandwich?
Yep, something like that.
Well deserved, well deserved. So,
Yeah.
care to guess what item made it so that
Quite
you
fish.
Nope.
No, actually, that was only one.
Really?
Yeah. Guess what item everyone decided to orphan early on?
Oh, I don't even remember where everything was. I remember finding Quake on Catfish and thought, yeah, people are gonna want to skip this.
Do you remember where you found the ice rod?
No, not at all.
Eastern Palace Big Key Chest. Guess what everyone decided to skip?
I guess the big key chest. Why?
Well,
Why would you do that?
everyone except for you gambled that Armos had the last item and no one went back for it.
That is a bad gamble. Like, in general, that's just a bad gamble.
Yeah, I think folks were expecting with the early clearable Eastern that surely the other items would come up over the course of the rest of the seed. Surely.
I mean, like, late in the game, you know, and like maybe I haven't been to the mountain yet, and I'm only looking for one thing. Yeah, sure, I'll skip it. But like in the beginning of the game, where we got the bow, like you need everything. So orphaning any location is really, really, really dangerous.
To be fair, technically the only leg up that you had was the fact that you weren't stuck out of go mode for about 15 to 20 minutes. Everyone else found the silvers, so their Ganon fight is going to be like 15 seconds.
What was it? Just also in Stalfos room?
Nope, it was actually in Spike Cave.
Oh, right, the hint is bugged, because he said in my tower. I forgot that the hint was bugged.
Yep.
Yeah, I did not have a hammer so much when I was on the mountain.
To be fair, you don't typically find the blacksmiths being so generous with their equipment.
Yeah, I was all prepared to mirror and do magic bad after I picked up the powder.
Right.
That was not the item I wanted to see.
Able to avoid finding flippers for the whole of it and skip out on 2 whole pendant dungeons at least.
Yeah, where were flippers? Do we know?
Not sure. I don't know if any of our other runs ended up.
If I had to guess, it would have been somewhere in GT, either right side or further on the left.
Maybe green pendant. Anybody do that?
It wasn't green pendant. Someone did check that. Actually, a couple on stream did.
Yep. Sadly, the triple booms were on the ped.
Why would you skip the vanilla big key chest?
Oh, don't worry. We're gonna have that question asked a lot during this.
Like they all did
interview
Eastern early,
process.
right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
The early mode, you obviously go to Eastern.
Yeah,
So like you're still
everyone-
looking for Dark World access, and you skip a location and orphan an item.
You were the
That's
third
crazy.
person to do it too. You were the third person to do Eastern. And we were all like, why? Why is no one going back to the chest?
I mean, I can see some logic behind doing it. Say like you're there without the lamp, but you have the fire rod, because the boss is in logic, but the other chest isn't. But you don't have either at that point. That's crazy. I'm sorry, but that's just crazy.
Oh, it made for some pretty fun routing.
It certainly paid off to do it in this one. I think the going rate there is basically just, well, there's a whole lot of other locations that aren't that chest. And so the aggressive route is to try to just go to the other places because that chest takes a long time. But, you know.
Yeah, it's just
ultimately
the
it's
sheer quantity
go
of
half
items
and
that
half.
you're still looking for. That's why like you see a lot of runners they'll be really full clear in the early game, like checking out of the way stuff like a Genis cave and Ice Rod cave, but then
Yeah.
around the mid game they start trying to skip stuff as much as they possibly can.
Right. And GG's the Blaine who did finish just now, in the meantime, at 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 15 seconds. Good for 14th place in this race. We've had a handful of other finishes, obviously, since Koi. 2 handfuls almost.
Wait, did I win on the race train?
You did.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Dragus in 7th. Cassidy Moan in 8th. Lin in 9th. Old Mad Sunshine, who you've seen in chat, in 10th. Frostbite 3030 in 11th. Demolisher in 12th. Trank in 13th. And then just behind Blaine now in 15th. Yeah, GG's all. This one definitely had a couple of fun little loops in it, and apparently some unexpected ones in that. Why would there ever be anything in the key chest? Well, because it's valid.
Right.
Now, Chloe has taken out Aga 2.
Yep, so he's on his way to the big pig as well.
While Amaranth beginning the climb here. The Mimics 2.
Is Blaine gonna join us? Because I need to know why he skipped the Ice Rod.
Oh yeah, he's sitting in the other room. He'll be up here in just a moment.
Hey Blaine, GG. Why'd you skip the Ice Rod?
Hey everybody!
Good lord,
Almost,
boy.
almost God routes are pretty fun also. But
Yeah.
hey, I did everything in the game and got a 134. I think that's excellent. So I'm gonna take this as a positive instead of a negative. You can choose to focus on the negatives if you'd like, but I'm a glass half full kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, for all the things you did them very quickly.
I was loving. I mean, if it was in T-Rock, I was gonna finish at 114 or something like that. But
Yeah, if it was
yeah,
that
it didn't
sort
work
of
out.
usual ice rod spotting, then yeah. But hey,
yeah, it was unfortunate. I was starting to laugh towards the end. Like, it's obviously someplace I've skipped, and there's 3 or 4 locations. Because after that hammer, I got a little aggressive. But I was thinking, man, it might just be the flippers. Maybe the play is to just fake flipper into ice and pray. So
oh man.
at least it wasn't the flippers, like someplace else. And that would have sent me even further away or something like that.
Yeah, that was the thing that we and most of the chat were basically cheering is every chest that wasn't flippers.
Yeah.
Just like, we don't... Well, because you weren't the only one who made that same gamble. Chloe, who has just finished GG to them in 17th place with a 137.33, also made that gamble, as well as Amaranth, who is on Lambo 2 now.
Yeah, I mean, first 3 chests were the big key and 2 items.
Right.
I look for a lot of excuses to skip that chest. We knew Aga was going to be required. It looked like it was going to be Aga for Dark World also, and I still had all of Escape plus Zora that was in logic after getting those gloves that would be my sword.
Yep.
I was just assuming we'd find a sword there, so I was kind of afraid I might be skipping a sword here once Armos didn't drop the item. Ironically, I would have lost a lot less time if it had just been the sword and I had to go back immediately or something like that.
That's
But,
too big of a gamble for me, man. I can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're losing a 60 seconds to make sure you don't lose. What did I lose in this race? 20 minutes or something like that. So it's not exactly something you have to do all the time. I'm actually a lot more comfortable doing it when I don't have the lamp, but that's assuming you don't want to skip progression. Like, it's not exactly progression. I mean, worst case scenario, you're leaving behind a medallion or the ice rod.
And
If you leave behind a progression, you go back pretty soon. 5 minutes later, you say, well, I guess I got to go back to Eastern. So, worst case scenario, it's an item that doesn't unlock anything and you can clear the entire world. But I mean, there were much worse seed layouts that this could have been. I could have ended up doing 2 more entire dungeons if flippers weren't in GT, I assume. So, on one hand, it's kind of lucky that it happened to be this seed that it happened.
Did we do the same play, Wayne?
you
Uh-huh.
did. GG Club.
Chloe. How was that ice rod placement?
I mean, it was a 50-50, and I'm just like, whatever. Can't possibly be anything.
It's right.
And of all
Once
the
Amber had
things,
finished
Wayne
it,
was
yeah.
just
I mean, at the end there, I was Thieves Town Big Chest and Eastern Palace, and that's it. So, I mean, thankfully, like, I think Wayne said flippers were in GT somewhere, so.
I think he was supposing. I mean, we've got it pretty much now. Based on
I
what
think
everybody else
they
in chat
had
has
to
been
be
saying, too.
GT.
Yeah.
But
I didn't have anything left, unless
yeah.
yeah, same.
You see Pyramid Fairy?
It could have been more. Yeah, I did Pyramid. Everything that we could get to outside of GT, I did because I knew if it was Eastern, I was dead. So I went back to a bunch of places. I would have been more mad if it had been Thieves Town Big Chest. I would have been more mad, to be honest, because the way I sequenced that, I'm sure a lot of people got the hammer before Thieves, or at least before they went back to Thieves. Would have been very easy to get the hammer, so I was a little annoyed at that. Would have been much worse if it had been Thieves Town. I would have been madder.
There was a lot of front thieves in this seed. Like, just do that, but like, I need the hammer before I go back.
Yeah, it made a lot of sense, and with the boots already, you can do the overworld very quickly. You can get down the Hype Cave. What I wanted to do is make sure that I was actually looking for Kane, which ended up in Hype Cave because I had Quake already, and I said if I can get Kane, I can go into Mire real fast, and that could be a real nice advantage for anybody who didn't run over to Catfish. So that worked out perfectly, but that hammer spot was I was wanting hammer to be in Mire. That was my vision for the seed. All right, we're gonna go to Mire, find the hammer, and then we'll go back to Thieves.
Yeah, that was my hope too.
Yeah, drop hammer in Mire and put ice rod spot on Laser Bridge in here.
Yeah, there we go. If you can put the items where you would have found them, everything works out.
Yeah, I mean,
Funny how things work like that.
that famous tautology, it's always the last place you look, right?
I mean, I guess this seed is like just a fantastic example of why I can consistently place well, but never get first. Because I don't make those gambles, like skipping that chest. I can't do that to myself. I don't have the cojones,
Yeah, it's really honestly skipping chests early. If I know that chest is an item, I'm probably less likely to skip it. Because skipping items or chests early really just is how you lose tons and tons of time in the game.
I mean,
You can make gambles on skips later in the game, but I don't know. I guess maybe it's a little.
Just
It's
You
a bit of a
probably-
mistake to. I made the decision to skip it after I got the second item, so I still had the big chest to go. Maybe I should reconsider once the big chest is the map. You're like, okay, it's just 60 seconds. I've got the boots. I can get down to that chest real fast. It probably is a time loser over the long haul. And I wouldn't skip it in every situation, but I felt pretty good about skipping it here because I was thinking the most likely thing it is going to be a sword, and then I'm going to have to come right back. So that case only loses me, 4 or 5 minutes or something like that.
I mean, if you did what I did, you went to Eastern Palace before Hera, right?
If I can
Yes.
interrupt real quick.
Yeah,
GG's
so
to Amarith, finishing up then 20th place with a 142.42 and joins us now. But GG's Amarith?
GG's.
Yeah. And Chloe, you were about to say.
Well, yeah, I mean, the assumption was that as soon as you went to Sahasrara, you had the hug shot, which opened up, 10 items on Death Mountain? At least.
Yeah,
And
pretty high though.
I felt like skipping 1 in Eastern to get the 10 in Death Mountain. Especially since it was really looking like an Aga seed at that point anyways.
Okay, well, I guess that's even more reasonable for you, though. I had done East Death Mountain before I went to Eastern. After I got that hook shot, I said, let me flute up, do East Death Mountain. I'm not going to go up to Hera. If I find a sword East Death Mountain, I can kind of combo Pod and Eastern together post Aga. So actually, it's an even better skip in your spot, I'd say, than it was for me, because I really only had Escape and Zora. But it's still, I'd like to see the numbers on how often it's really going to bite you.
I was
in this
hoping
kind of
that
spot.
I was hoping that Mitts were up on Death Mountain at the time. I had no idea where Mitts were until very late, like 50 minutes.
Oh, I got the
God.
that was if most people aren't going to look at that till they had. I actually had the boots really early, and so I knew about the glove on the lumberjack. So I knew when I was in Eastern, it's going to be Aga, and it's looking like it's going to be Aga for Dark World even. This was a really interesting start to this seed. There were a lot of, even before you got through Aga, there were a lot of interesting item placements that let you route the very early game in a lot of different ways.
Right? I was
just took a
honestly
lumberjack.
hoping that we would actually end up finding the hammer along with that glove early, so that way we knew that the glove was necessary in Lumberjack, but Aga 1 was not required for Dark World access. Just so people would be like, I can put that off for later.
That's kind of a tease, though. I mean, we got to do Aga, but we don't have to do Aga. Like,
That's why it'd be so wonderful.
Aga for item always feels bad.
Amarith, what did you think of the seed?
Good.
I had a lot of fun with it. It was pretty solid, especially the opening first half, and then I was like, okay, where's the rest of the items?
Right. And you were one of 3 to keep that ice rod where it was.
I was keeping it in the cooler for later.
Right.
Well, thanks guys so much for the restream.
Yeah.
Appreciate
And
it.
thanks for an excellent run. Waiting for those file names.
yeah, GG's, everybody.
Yeah. But, any parting thoughts here from the runners?
Just don't make cannibals because they always hurt you. Clearly.
That is, well, the way I can look at it is now I can skip it 30 more times before it bites me. So I've got a nice leeway here. That's definitely how math works. So, I'm looking forward to skipping this the next 30 seeds.
Yeah.
Got the green
Sounds
light.
like a plan.
That is the
Statistically,
policy, I
any
think.
individual chest is almost. The odds are that it's not a useful item.
Yeah, well,
So-
it's like 1 in 10,000, right?
If you skip
Every chest is a big 20.
If you skip all the chests, you'll never lose.
Brilliant. There you go. That's our parting wisdom for you. But thank you again to our trackers, Math Girl and Poseidon Shadow. Thank you to our runners. Put on a fun and entertaining show. And being good sports in the face of a traditionally awful ice rod. Thank you, chat, for tuning in. It's a lot more fun to do this with people around to watch. And I'll give the last word to Scruff.
Well, I want to thank everyone again for stopping by, especially to Speed Gaming for hosting all this fun. And for anyone that is wanting to enjoy some more speedrunning, please go ahead and tune in later for some more fun stuff. We've got plenty of awesome things going on tomorrow as well, dailies at 2 and 9. And feel free to check out our SG Live link here with a wonderful tournament that we're going to be having here in just a few weeks. It will be awesome.
Indeed. All right. Well, I've been Epiplicus, joined here by Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna, bringing you this Link to the Past Randomizer daily race on Speed Gaming 3. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, morning, wherever you are. And until next time, goodbye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye bye.